By 1431, Sigismund was nearing the end of his climb to the most prestigious title in Europe. The King of Germany, Italy, Hungary, Bohemia, Dalmatia, Croatia, etc., hoped that he would soon become Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire. When he got to Rome, Sigismund encountered several problems. The Hussite problem, a conflict between the Pope and the Council of Basel, and the unwelcome influence of Venice. All of these delayed Sigismund's imperial coronation for another 2 years. For this episode, the important thing is that Sigismund had to make peace with Venice and give up on trying to recapture Dalmatia. He of course still kept the title King of Dalmatia, but gave up on recapturing the territory. After Sigismund made peace with Venice, and the other issues kind of resolved themselves, he was finally allowed to enter Rome in 1433, where he was crowned emperor in late May. While Venice, after more than 400 years of back and forths, finally had the Dalmatian communes in its grip. Well, apart from one, which swore loyalty to Sigismund, and apart from the land still under control by the Croatian nobility. Now, we're going to get a bit abstract and long-term. So, for the last 500 years or so, the Kingdom of Dalmatia and Croatia came in more or less the same package. Dalmatia was the territory under control of the Dalmatian coastal communes. Croatia was the territory controlled by the nobility of the Kingdom of Croatia, and for a long time they lived in and around the Dalmatian communes, influencing each other, the Croatian nobility even controlling the communes at points. This changed with the Venetian takeover. Traditionally, the selling of Dalmatia in 1409 by Ladislav of Naples is considered the moment Dalmatia was quote-unquote lost to Venice for the next almost 400 years. And 1432-1433 just confirmed that Sigismund would make no effort to take it back. But Sigismund did not give up on the claim to the title. Most monarchs of the age wouldn't if they could get away with it. So the title remains King of Hungary, Dalmatia and Croatia, etc., even though effectively the territory of the Kingdom of Dalmatia became the territory under control of the Serene Republic of Venice, while the territory of Croatia became defined by the land held by the estates of the Kingdom of Croatia, who swear loyalty to the King of Hungary, Dalmatia and Croatia. Now, in comes another entity, soon to be recognized as the Kingdom of Slavonia, which existed as this territory of land between the kingdoms of Croatia and Hungary, between the Sava and Drava rivers, which was treated as a separate entity from both kingdoms, having its own viceroy, that is to say Ban, although the office was frequently enough occupied by the person who served in the same position in Croatia. Thus the Ban of Dalmatia and Croatia was frequently also the Ban of Slavonia, leading to the two offices eventually being combined permanently. Slavonia was fertile land in the Pannonian Basin that was developing, and more land was becoming available. It was an area the kings drew upon for their land grants, either giving the land to noble families or to developing urban areas. As mentioned before, Croatian noble families, for various reasons, were granted land in the Kingdom of Slavonia, making them nobility in both the Kingdom of Croatia and Slavonia, effectively giving the same nobility representation in both the Sabor, Diet, of the estates of the Kingdom of Croatia and the Diet of the estates of Slavonia. This may become important at some point in the future, but I digress. For the reasons given, the maintained attachment of the titles of Dalmatia and Croatia, the factors moving things towards the attachment of Croatia and Slavonia. This was all leading to the kingdoms of Dalmatia and Croatia and Slavonia eventually becoming free kingdoms that in virtual unity were treated as one. a three-in-one union, a triune kingdom. That'll never catch on. Now, some of you may be asking, how does all this relate to Hungary? Well, the kingdoms are still separate, but together in personal union under the ruler. But under the absolutism that reigned since the days of Charles I Robert and was reaffirmed under Sigismund, the administrative and legal differences of the kingdoms didn't mean much. As far as Sigismund was concerned, it was Sigismund's land, and he was the law. When the last male member of the House of Nelipić, Ivaniš, died in 1435, he left all of his lands to his one and only surviving daughter, Catherine, who was wife to the Ban of Croatia, Ivan Anj Frankopan. Sigismund declared Ivaniš's will annulled, and that the crown, still in financial problems, would now assume control of those lands. Ivan Anj refused the king's order, and Sigismund declared him a rebel. Sigismund ordered one of his parvenu foreigners, Matko of Talovac, then appointed Ban of Slavonia, to seize the Nelipić lands. The civil war was very short, as Ivan Anj suddenly died in 1436, and Sigismund handed over the Nelipić lands to the Talovac brothers. Sigismund's authority over the whole of the realm of St. Stephen was unquestioned. However, in the last year of Sigismund's rule, something was brewing under the hood, an unwelcome surprise for his eventual successors. What currently kept things stable in the realm was the knowledge that Sigismund was, as we all are, mortal.